Y'all are doing well and having a good day. It's a beautiful day. Look at me being fashionably late at my own live. There we go. Nobody's here. It's a quiet morning. That's all right. I'll just talk about my fragrance. I'm having a little bit of a coffee with my milk. You can cringe. All the real coffee lovers can cringe at this. Let me just pull this closer. That is better. It's kind of a little bit cool, so that's I have a little bit of a blanket on my lap. How do we share a copy link? And hi Delise, hi Deshawn, how are you? Hope y'all are doing well and having a great day. How's mountain experiences going for you, Deshawn? Hi Lena, how are you? Y'all, I hope that you hear my voice well. As usual, I'm quite ill prepared for the live. And I don't know where the microphone went last time, so I'm having a hard time finding it. So I'll have to look for it, because this afternoon I will do a fragrance review with Benham again, or Ben. You've seen him before, so I'm gonna have to find the microphone for both of us. Let's see. Anyways, hope y'all are doing well. What is your scent of the day? Let me know what you're wearing. You're tired. I just came back to my cottage from one peak. Oh, awesome. Well, that's good kind of tiredness, right? Like when you have had fun and you had, you feel like you've done something physical. That's awesome. I worked out this morning, and I really like working out. I'm usually only a cardio person, and I don't work out very, like, don't do weights or any sort of core workouts. But then I have hired a personal trainer, and he has me do stuff like core exercises, and I don't like it, but I feel I'm so happy that I'm working out muscles that I have not. Hi Mike, how are you? Scent of today, Burlington 1819. Yeah, that's something that I've never worn, actually. I've never tried. Hermes Bellamy, beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. So, hi boss, how are you? What's up? Hi Sergio, how are you? Hope y'all are doing well and having a great day. Now you're having rain there. Oh, I think we had rain yesterday, so we probably gonna, today we might be safe, but we shall see. So today I was wearing this one. I wore this one to the gym, like just one spray, because I like to smell something nice in case there's somebody with BO around. So, so I put this one on, and I think MFK, Feminine Pluriel, it's called Feminine Pluriel. And this one, I don't think it comes in the 200 ml bottles anymore. So, all right, I ain't reading that. Hi, Alex. Hi, Duncan. All right, so you won't see them in they used to come in 200 ml and the 70 ml bottles, but hi, Sarah, and that is discontinued. I don't know if these are refillable. No, they're not. I think the MFK is turning towards kind of refillable bottle rather than having a 200 ml bottles. And yeah, so I put this on, but then I took a shower because I broke a sweat today at the gym. Oof, this is so good, so good. This scent is a little bit it is it has a memory to this with me, like this for me, that is kind of how can I say? So I knew someone here in Winnipeg who was really into fragrances, and he was like huge frag head and all into niche stuff and whatnot. But then when I started, like he had already gone through all the niche things and whatnot, and then I had a bottle of I had two bottles of this at 200 ml. And hi Karen, how are you? And then he wanted to buy my second bottle, and he said, I'm gonna go on a trip to Mexico, and when I come back, I'm gonna get this bottle from you. And I'm like, okay. So I was holding a bottle for him, and and unfortunately he died on his trip to Mexico. So it was a kind of a bittersweet, not bittersweet, it's kind of a memory of Jesse, but also it took me a while to wear it. Yeah, this is Feminine Pluriel. Hi Moose, how are you? Feminine Pluriel. Let's look up the notes and stuff. So gorgeous. Like, it really goes with the name, although I don't know what the name means. Like, if anyone knows French better than I do, because God, bye, have a great time. Sorry, what happened here? This is what my kids are watching. So if someone knows what feminine pluriel means, let me know. I think, I mean, I don't know what would that. Pluriel means like plural, I think, in French. And I like feminine is feminine, so I don't know what plural feminine. I don't know what that is, or hyper feminine, I guess. MFK gets bashed, but I honestly haven't smelled one I didn't like. I love some, but at least like that. I feel like timeless femininity. Oh, Lena, thank you very much. Well, that kind of makes sense because I think this is a scent that is ultra feminine, although anyone can wear anything. And Jesse obviously is a guy and he liked this one. But it is traditionally, like, I think I did the thumbnail picture like a little bit earlier, like, you know, there are jewelries and there's in the thumbnail, and it's like a lipstick and, you know, some, you know, like, it's very, very feminine in that, like, you can really kind of associate it with femininity. So, what it says? It says féminine pluriel est une expression française qui signifie féminine au pluriel. Il s'agit d'un terme utilisé dans le contexte de la langue française, notamment en grammaire, pour indiquer que le genre d'un mot est féminin et que le I think this AI review is wrong. I don't think that's what it is. It's just talking about what I was talking about. I don't think that's the case. All right, let's see. I'm opening it in there. Yes, everyone, please like the stream, subscribe if you haven't, all those nice things. So obviously the perfumer is Francis Kurkdjian, and it was été lancé in 2014, so it's a 2014 fragrance. The notes are iris, rose, violet, muguet, which is probably a lily of valley, vetiver, patchouli leaves, Indonesian patchouli leaves, and fleur d'oranger, which is what is it, I forgot to say my French, and jasmine, or jasmine. The AI review of the stream would mention the AI review of feminine pluriel. Yeah, right. So yeah, so this is, to me, like, the most I'm getting from it. And it doesn't say here, but I feel like there's a lot of muskiness into this. So but what it is like, yeah, iris, rose, violet, that beautiful combo. You can find that kind of, I feel like a similar genre fragrance would be rose cherry or French kiss. That is a little bit thicker and denser than feminine pluriel. But that's the most that I get from this one. And jasmine is the kind of there, adding to that beautiful combination. I wish I was retired, Hans. I'm not retired, but I wish. I was thinking about that this morning. That would be nice. Anyways, so this and longevity sillage of this one is absolutely gorgeous. I feel like MFK, the older MFKs, like all those things that he put out at the beginning, are really, really nice. And honestly, again, I haven't tried something that I didn't like from older MFKs. I have Lumiere Noir too, and I couldn't give that up. It's a rose and patchouli one, and that's absolutely gorgeous. But newer MFKs, nah. I don't know. I feel like I don't know. I feel like he might have experience. I was talking to someone about this, or maybe said it on the stream. I think he kind of experienced professional nihilism, and at some point, it's just because mass population or mass appealing fragrances are generally the sweet candy stuff. with a bomb of ambroxan and just that kind of thing. And then he was like, okay, you guys want this and you're gonna buy this, here it is, I'm gonna give it to you, right? And it started kind of going in a different direction, whereas he did amber so well. Like he really did ambers at the beginning. The amber that Francis Kurjan makes, it's kind of, I think, one of the better quality ambers. And then he just kind of, I don't know, just in Dior, like whatever, but also in MFK, like really, like Kirky wasn't my thing at all. I tested something Lily sent me this morning. It smells like potato. What was it? I mean, is there a better vegetable than potato? I don't think so. Like, they're so good. They're good in mash. They're good in fries. They're good in baked. Any sort of it is good. All right. So, anyways, I didn't mind Reflet d'Ombre from MFK. Oh, did I take this out? Reflet d'Ombre from MFK, but the rest of stuff hasn't been really my my cup of tea. I love their Petit Matin from the men's line. That's absolutely beautiful. Floraiku shadow on the wall. Oh, interesting. I haven't tried that Floraiku. I don't know. Like, I should probably try a sample set of that. You said you had a sample set, don't you, Karen? That's an interesting house. It makes a lot of interesting fragrances. Then I also brought, just wanted to talk about a little bit of a lipstick rose, since I have a rose iris violet combo in here. I also brought lipstick rose from Frederic MALLE and wanted to see how they compare. This must be much more violet heavy than iris, if there's any iris. I mean, I'm sure there's iris. So in the first kind of when you first spray, like this, obviously the Frederic MALLE one, it's a lot more unisex than it is feminine pluriel. So to me, this could be worn by a man or woman like no problem traditionally. Like, I think it's quite unisex, versus feminine pluriel, it's really feminine to me. Again, anybody can wear anything. Let me just lipstick rose, I'm gonna bring it up. I don't know how old is my, I think it's, my bottle is new. Very, like, it's, yeah, it's after takeover by whatever the company is. But lipstick rose. So it says violet and iris. In the opening, it says green notes, and I do smell something a little bit that smells like aldehydes, which there's no aldehyde in this one, I know. There's a sweetness coming from the fruits on the top. I think they have, hold on, let me see what it says here. Tara told me like how to do this, but I can't even do it. She told me I can turn English. Okay, let's lipstick rose. Let's see, lipstick rose. This says framboise. I know a framboise should be a raspberry, right? Raspberry and lychee. Lipstick rose. Fragrantica. English. Tell you. Hi, Affenlicht. How are you? It is I. It is I. Yes. So yes. So it's a raspberry and lychee, green notes, galbanum. It's funny, like, anyway, galbanum, grapefruit, bergamot, lemon. So there's this one, it has a little bit more like it going on at the top. Like, it's not as simplistic as the feminine pluriel. Not saying the feminine pluriel is bad, but what is framboise in? Actually, I think framboise is a French radio station. God, and like, this is what year Iraq, U.S. attacked Iraq? That was 2001, I think so. I remember I was in France at the time, and this friend of mine, God, lend me. I was like, God, I was young too, like very young. And this friend, like the person I was staying with, the family that I was staying with, lent me their Jaguar, and to go from wherever they were to Lyon. And on the way, I was listening to this. March 2003. Then yes, that's probably then 2003, and then I was listening to this radio station called Framboise, like French music station. Anyways, tangent. So raspberry, lychee, green notes, galbanum, grapefruit, bergamot, and lemon. And definitely does have a lot more going on than just the rose and violet and iris combo, which is a lot more coming on in the MFK Feminine Pluriel. Still, now that like fruitiness is coming in, still keeps their, yeah, I know, rice prince. I mean, I don't know if I would, especially someone who's traveling from somewhere else and's never driven in France, right? Like I was at the time I was living in Iran, and if anyone has driven in Iran, they know what that is. It's like playing a video game. Things coming at you. I think my dad had so back in the day, there were some German engineers that had come to Iran to like build the factories and stuff. And some of them had got a car and whatnot, and they were having accidents every day because they were kind of expecting things to go. People drive in lines. That doesn't happen very often. This is lipstick rose. All I smelled was powdery amber. Really? No. Powdery amber. I am actually quite, like, this is the first time ever I'm getting the top notes on this one quite strong. Like, so guys, let me just put this. Where is that sun coming from? Let's just turn around here so I am not facing the sun here. Oh, let's turn the setting. Okay, there we go. So, and let's turn you guys a little bit so you're not just seeing that. Yeah, isn't it? He says, by the way, I definitely smelled aldehydes in lipstick rose. I mean, I am too. And I'm like, where is this coming from? I wonder, would they use aldehydes for grapefruit notes? What is a grapefruit accord comes from? I think there's it might be an aldehyde. Grapefruit accord, because there is an aldehyde for coconut, there's an aldehyde for, geez, like now I forgot my perfumery class stuff. But there's an aldehyde accord for grapefruit. That's the thing. People from the East expect accidents. Yeah, I know. Like we just expect like there might be 4 lines, like, you know, but there are 8 cars in the 4 lines. Really, it's not an amount of honking. It's like unbelievable. Like there must be aldehydes in there. I'm almost certain. Yes, I feel it too. Like there's a lot of aldehydic coming through actually. Let me just see. Let me see. God, I don't use these kids' iPad very often. And I'm used to swiping. Like I'm not used to typing. In grapefruit accord. But definitely there's a little bit of like, you know how that fizziness of aldehyde? I feel that in this one. Yeah, so aldehydes, the group grapefruit accord is the aldehydes C8, C9, and C13. And are commonly used. C8 and C9 aldehydes contribute to sharp, bright grapefruit citrus notes, while C13 adds a fresh, waxy, and citrusy quality. Interesting. And I'm sure like there are some other aldehydes in this one too, like a little bit more of in that green notes. It says in the top notes as a green note. In that whatever they're saying green note, there's a little bit of a aldehydic note. I didn't look at the notes on this one. It must change. It must change based on climate. Yes, absolutely. I mean, you might kind of have the top notes fade very quickly because it's so hot where you are, right? Like I don't know when you wore it, but that might be the case. And today is about like, I'm actually, that's why I have the blanket. It's kind of like about 20, not even 20, probably like 18 degrees, like about would be 68. So That might be the reason that I'm smelling the top notes more. But it's coming like that. I slowly warming up that iris violet and it's coming up. Versus this one is kind of now quieting down from the first one is Feminine Pluriel. It's quieting down from the kind of that creamy iris violet rose combo to a little bit of a musky rose, just going down that way. Versus this one is kind of now still kind of warming up to like evolution, so it's still going in through the thing. So I feel like this is more kind of complex than the lipstick rose is more complex than Feminine Pluriel. What's happening in the chat? All right. Even though it's called cocoa fig, I get mostly coconut from it. Oh, what is cocoa fig? I don't even know what that is. Tea rose, mostly mixed with aldehydes. Oh, tea rose, mostly with aldehyde. Oh, interesting. Let's see. Tea rose accord aldehyde perfumery. Aldehydes are used in such a small quantity. Like if you add like a tiny drop more, it will just take over the fragrance. And I think what my teacher said was that if you're using an aldehyde in a fragrance, it needs to macerate a little bit longer because the scent changes quite a bit. So not only macerate longer, you also have to, like once you add an ingredient, you have to give it like a longer time with the aldehyde to check again and see if the fragrance is up to your taste or not. So it is interesting that way. I don't get the what. It doesn't say about tea rose. I don't know. Maybe that would be there. I also got violet candy. Yeah, this is much more violet focused. So this is much more gamma iodine than alpha iodine, which is in this one. A friend sent it because she thought I would like it. Wore it in January. Really. Hi, Empty Sense. Hey, Ronnie. Who's Ronnie? Hi, Moose. Like Comet also has that aldehydic blast with violet candy. Yes. But it's like, and that kind of took me a little bit back for like a minute. But that also dissipates very quickly, or whatever, like most of the time that I work Comet, it just goes away like in like not even a minute, like just 30 seconds and gone. What's going on? A fragrance by Come to Our Suit Pacific. Oh, okay. Aldehyde. What's the difference between aldehyde and formaldehyde? Formaldehyde is what I know I use formaldehyde for is to keep corpse in. So they stay intact. Like if the human body, if you want to keep the corpse, you keep it in formaldehyde. But I think that's a cleaning agent and has a really sharp and it has a really disgusting smell, to be honest. Formaldehyde is, pungent, colorless gas that polymers spontaneously into paraformaldehyde. It's sorted as aqueous solution. What is it used to? Is it harmful to humans? Can cause airway irritation and pulmonary edema. Absorption of large amount via any route. Any route. I love that they specify that. Can cause severe systematic toxicity. All right. Not good for you. Placement of carbon things and hydrogens. Yeah, it's probably like a similar, like because there's an aldehyde name in there, there's probably like a similar structure at some point, but there's a little bit of a different thing. Comet gets creamy sooner, while lipstick rose stay powdery longer and has more rose. Yes, definitely. And Comet is more kind of almondy to me than it is anything else, really. That kind of almond powderiness that goes into that direction, versus this one, you're right, like it stays a lot more true to violet rose powderiness. Um, now I have to find out how to spell aldehyde. I think that's how you spell aldehyde. That's how it is. Um, expected something like Messia and got mostly powder. Didn't want to get more MALLE after that. I think this is more like probably La Pausa. What do you think, I often lift? Have you tried La Pausa? Now I'm trying to reach on my memory. Is it like La Pausa or isn't? I'm not 100% sure. I have to look. Mr. Jekyll and Mr. Aldehyde. Absolutely. Hold on. Let's see. La Pausa. La Pausa. What do they have in common? It's like iris, green notes, woody notes, and powdery notes. Yeah, I think, I don't know. I don't know. I have to try them side by side. It's hard for me to recall like that. Sometimes I think the two fragrances are alike or they smell alike and they have nothing to do with each other. I'm also like that when I'm trying to guess people's names and I'm like, oh, it starts with K and there's no K in the name. Like I just associate it with person who looks like it might have a K in their names. Call me Dr. Jekyll. I want all the hides. I actually don't know the story about that because I didn't grow up here, so I don't know what the Jekyll and Hyde story is. Maintain low tones. Connor heads. It's like so sunny here. Hold on. I gotta fix something, guys. You wait for me here. I'll fix something. It's very difficult to get in. Okay, I gotta turn this around a little bit so you guys are not looking at the sun and I can see the comments. All right, here. All right, so powdery fragrances can be heavy. Yes, 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 yes. Some if it's like too sweet, like powdery and too sweet, then it's kind of really takes over. Like sometimes, and I don't like to wear something that overwhelms me, and it has to be the right amount of powderiness and sweetness. Haven't tried La Pausa. Oh, you should. It's basically about Dr. Jekyll who turns a monster called Mr. Hyde. Ooh, interesting. So maybe we should find out about that. Isn't it odd how some scents are both powdery and creamy? Yeah, right? Like it's just to be honest, it took a while for me to kind of understand what people mean by creamy because, you know, I'm like a second language. English is second language, it's not my first language. And in my, like, it didn't translate, but now I understand what they mean. It's just a, you know, from, it's like a makeup powder, and I do get it. But also that sometimes that clean, like a cream smell, like that's kind of goes with the with it. And it's very interesting why, like there was an article I looked up why some scents feel cool, like iris and violet feel cool, give a fragrance a feeling, not cool meaning I'm cool, like cold, they feel cold. And some scents are warm, like what happens that you perceive it as warm, right? Like so then there was something about in your olfactory system, like, and now I have to look it up what it is because I'm a super nerd, but there's something about your olfactory system that then they kind of perceives a temperature from a scent, which is kind of odd, isn't it? Like that's very, very odd. Scared Flame, Sacred Flame by Argos is powdery and fruity, and I like that. Oh, you know, Argos, like Argos fragrances, like I like the how the bottles are like, you know, like made and stuff, but I had Which one is the Triumph of Bacchus? I had that one, and I had Argus Parfum, but I sold them. Our Triumph of Bacchus was too much for me. Like it was just wearing me. I wasn't wearing the Triumph of Bacchus. And Parfum was, I think they have more kind of male kind of targeted fragrances than they have for female. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I haven't tried enough, honestly. Um, like a skin cream. Many almond scents companies use come off skin like cream. So many skincare companies. Yeah, exactly. Hi Raymond, how are you? Wonder Woman 80th anniversary, but by House of Siege. Yes, I'm selling Wonder Woman 1984, a low partial of it because I have two other Wonder Woman. It's beautiful, but I have two others. I mean, honestly, I don't need that. Hi, Pearly, how are you? Comme des Garçons Zagorsk is too cold to me. It almost makes me shudder. Oh, yeah, isn't that like, it's just like thinking about how things work in your body. And I was like, how is it that it's something that I smell physiologically would make me feel cold? It's very interesting. But look it up. There's an article on it. It's very interesting. I think there's a crossover between the nerve endings that receive certain scent and temperature. I think there's that, but I have to look it up again. The rest, two others. Hi, Broly. Lily, sometimes I wonder what's going on in your mind. Don't wonder. It's always in the gutter in her mind. Uh, I like to pester Lily. All right. All right. So what's everyone else wearing? What are you excited to find out? I have finally, I wasn't even looking, but I was able to score a bottle of Absolute pour le Soir in the first year, 2010 bottle, which is kind of really, really exciting. So I'm waiting up for that one to get that one. I've got a few things from Fragrance Buy, but holy macro, they're kind of like slow these days for shipping. Uh, um, keep your others to yourself. Or I don't know. This is inside joke. I'm excited for masculine pluriel, right, Mitra? No. Who's getting you that one? Um, I know, right? It was just I wasn't even looking. Like there are some of these things like there's another I actually also found which is the other one? Ciel de Gown. Like I wasn't even I had put a ad like a notice on my eBay, and then it's just I wasn't even checking like for it, but I just saw a notice coming on my phone and said so. We found a match, and I looked it up, and it had just gone up a Ciel de Gomme, and I risked it, and it was and it's real. But it was, and also a good price. Like it wasn't a ridiculous price. I mean, it is ridiculous price, but it was less ridiculous than usual. And then this one just popped in my feed, like one of the Facebook groups. So, tentative day is Amouage Interlude Black Iris. Yes, I have been curious about that one. Do you feel that's too do you feel like from scale of feminine to masculine, like from from 10 being very feminine and 0 being masculine, let's change it that way. Where does it fall at? I'm wondering about that one. Um, I see the notes from the 80th anniversary to 1985 are a little different. Mine has almondy facets, and I see that is gone form. You know what? I'm gonna send you pictures of my bottles, Raymond. I want you to tell me which one is which because I have like 3 bottles, and I'm sure one is like something, and another one is the newest one, but I don't know which one is which. And then I have the 1984, I think. Um, Probably no. And I identify as sarcastic, and my pronouns are har har. Probably. Used to have a little bottle of masculine pluriel, a quite nice, well blended, leathery suede fougere. Ooh, that sounds really, really good. Um, yeah, so I don't, I can't recall if I've worn, like, I've tried masculine pluriel. But that is, I think I'm hearing, is it discontinued or is it gone? I'm not sure what's going on with that. That one that stick my nose for hours for even smelling from the cap. Which one? I love black iris. But what is smell, Karen? That violet is amazing. I wear it in winter. Oh really? Mmm. It has both violet and iris and vanilla sweetness and a smoky leather. So I guess traditionally I would say slightly masculine, but I think it's unisex. Maybe I should be a lily and get a bunch of samples. Never thought of it as a summer scent. Oh, I see. I'm more gravitated to like winter scents anyways. Partly it's just like summer scents here are good for like 2 or 3 months, and that's all, right? Like the rest of the time you can wear winter scents. So most of my collection is winter scents. Um, oh, ooh, this is like turning. This kind of stained, like it's kind of linear. The squirrel is very pissed off that I have invaded in their habitat. But this one is now turning up like much more, like a little bit more fruity, a little bit more violet, and a little bit more rose. And I think I'm getting something like vanilla in it. Like, is it the sweetness coming from that? It's pretty nice, like a lipstick rose. Um, where was I? It is reformulated in a yellow juice now. Oh, you mean the masculine pluriel? Smells like a sweetest pudding. They had the old formulation in testers on FragranceNet, yes, last year. Always reformulating. Yeah, I know. It's just that's their game, right? I mean, they're reformulating, and there's a good, I mean, not good reason, but that's IFRA, right? Like they're just kind of limiting and limiting and limiting of the ingredients, and then certain ingredients become harder to get, and certain ingredients become, more expensive, and there's so many things goes into kind of picking up an ingredient for like and make a decision on that it's unbelievable. Like when I was in Toronto last time, they were like, I was talking to the Guerlain associate, and she was saying that Thierry Wasser, he disagrees. Thierry Wasser now is just kind of like in charge of, sourcing the material. Like he has to go to like try to different countries if they're sourcing it from elsewhere, like to try and see if it is kind of up to quality of Guerlain to be used in Guerlain fragrances. Which is like, Thierry, yeah, okay, you can get some good quality fragrance material, but you chef is shitting the bed. Sorry. Sorry, what can I say? It just pisses me off, like that they have access to so many beautiful accords. I mean, I'm sure like Guerlain has their own kind of like a peach accord. They have their own like obviously vanilla and their own whatever, and they're kind of using these crappy combinations. That pisses me off, Um, always, what's going on? Do you think Givenchy Interdit Rouge Ultime would be a nice pick for my GF? Well, I don't know your GF, but Givenchy Interdit Rouge had too much tuberose for me, and it was a headache inducing. So I don't know what Ultime has different with the regular one. It depends, like, the personality of your girlfriend. If your girlfriend likes florals, like it's quite floral. It's Baccarat Rouge 540 straight red bottle feminine. I see a lot of guys wearing it. I'm afraid of pulling the trigger. You like it? Wear it. Who cares? The really all these things, here we go, we're gonna go into it. All these things, like about like, like this is masculine, this is feminine, oh I don't like this, I don't like that, this whatever. It's in the eye of beholder. Like if you like a fragrance and you are a confident person in your whatever sexuality that you are in, then go ahead and wear it. Who cares? And you can pull it off. I've seen men who wear very traditionally feminine fragrances, but I've never kind of looked at them and say, smell it and say, ooh, that's feminine. That smells like a woman. That's like, I think men do that to each other, but women don't care. Like, you know, you know, be like, be confident in who you are, and you know, obviously pay attention to your appearance, like be clean and have some substance. Like it doesn't mean that you know, you can be clean, you can wear a fragrance, you can wear a Rolex, you can drive a whatever car, but you open your mouth and some dumb shit comes out of it, and the girl is like, eh, bye. You know, I mean, the smart girls. But so there is that. Um, the Black and Interdit was my favorite. Yes, yes, yes. That's Black Interdit. Interdit is my favorite. That's isn't that the one with the sesame note? Yes, 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 yes. You said that. That's a beautiful one. Some women's perfume can make you puke. Well, some men's perfume can make me puke. Like you know, you all like some people here love Kuros. I can just vomit. Like I just feel like urinal. Like every time I smell that thing. I know I'm a man. Wearing a woman's fragrance isn't gonna make me appear like a woman. Exactly, right? Like has nothing to do. Like what you wear has nothing to do. Like with in terms of fragrances with how you feel. Like you know, if you are feeling comfortable in your core with who you are and what you are, everything else will will come together for you. Like I feel like there's an aura and there's an energy when people show up confident in who they are and what they are, and then, like if they're wearing a feminine fragrance, who gives a shit? Um, Men are always doing things to each other. Well, women do too, right? Like we judge each other much harshly than men judge us. Really, I feel maybe sometimes I've seen that. Like there's this toxic femininity and toxic masculinity and whatever it is. I'm not sure what the term is actually about. Like probably that's not the right term, but sometimes our own gender is like more critical critical to each other than men are. Uh, they arm wrestle to hold hands. Bonjour, Mitra. Buongiorno, Omar. Assalamu alaikum, Omar. I don't. كيف حالك? Is that how you say in Arabic? Lily, do you know what a fujoshi is? I don't know what fujoshi is. Wear anything that smells good and not like poop. Save those scents for home. No, please don't wear poop at home. Hi, assalamu alaikum, Eugene. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah, Eugene. What's up? Often like, no, what's going on? Feel free to look it up. Look what up? Oh. Alhamdulillah, Eugene is here. All right. Again, wear a unisex frag, but if it is more on the feminine side, that's gonna be an issue. That's your taste. That's your taste, and you don't like it, then that's good. Don't wear it. Imagine crows across my head. That is a nightmare material, Lily. I have to see your head first to imagine that. But anyway, happy Thursday, everyone. Happy Thursday to you too. Almost your weekend is coming, Eugene. You excited for it? Are you going to the lake, Eugene? Let's not turn this on to a battle of sexes. Yeah, I mean, I am not into that. And I don't want to get into it. I feel like I don't feel one is more superior to other. I feel like decent people are decent people, no matter what sex they are from. And humans are human experiences are shared. Sometimes society promotes certain things, like allows more emotional expression or emotional whatever for women, and then hence the more they practice that, the more, and they you know, ends up traditionally with kids and stuff, the more they do that, they become more intelligent emotionally and then smarter that way. But it doesn't mean that there aren't men that who are emotionally intelligent. Like and I see that between my boys. Like my oldest one is highly sensitive in certain areas. Like he won't do any contact sport. Like he was taekwondo when he got belts, but then he got to the point that he would do a sparring, and he was like, I don't like hitting people. And I'm like, okay, well, but that's a sport. Like, you're not really hitting, they're wearing a gear and whatever. And he was like, I don't like it. I don't like it, and I'm not going to do it. And I'm like, okay, guys, I respect that, you know? That's who he is. He does not like, he sees it as violence in some ways, even though it's in terms of like sports. And, you know, a lot of people would tell me, oh, you know, you have to man up. And I'm like, oh, I don't give a shit. I'd rather have my son who is like strong, but not gonna engage in violence. And it's good. We need more of those people in life, you know. Versus my little one will beat the shit out of anyone who gets into this way. What was I going to say? Habibti. Which language was that? I think we were speaking. I don't know what Moose was speaking, but we were saying no, that's Moose is saying something else. We were speaking Arabic. Never. What's going on? Your son of a bows. Thursday twirls. No, I ain't doing twirls. What are you drinking? I'm drinking a little bit of a coffee with my milk. Yes. You can just going back tomorrow. Nice. Women like to take over and don't like showing weakness. To be honest, I think showing weakness is the strongest position that you could be sometimes. And this is a lesson that men need to, I'm not saying men need to, but like everyone should know that. And that's what I'm talking about, being confident in who you are and what you're doing. So just because I have this vulnerability or weakness doesn't mean that I'm a weak person. So this is a conversation I have with my boys on it every single day. And I tell they had a conversation in the car the other day about math stuff, and my oldest is like a math genius. And my youngest is not really interested in math now anyways. So, and he made a mistake, and my oldest was like, well, that's so dumb. And we had a long conversation about having weakness in something or in one area of your life doesn't make you dumb in general. And people are smart in different ways. And acknowledging your vulnerability and your weakness, I think that's the strongest position that you could be in. That I'm like, yeah, I have this vulnerability. So what? I don't give a fuck. I know it, and I will work on it if I want to, but it doesn't mean that I'm a weak person. What's going on in here? These squirrels are not happy with this. Violence is the first reaction. It's kind of weak, right? Exactly. So when you, like, the strength is when you are acting on your, like, violence it's a really like a primary level reflection, or it's kind of primal. Like in animals, they do that, right? Like this violence, it's primal. The strength is to hold back, think about what the situation is, and then just kind of, is it going with your morals or whatnot? Don't mind, like, if you get close to my children and I feel like they're in danger, I will come to you with my extra strength bear spray. But that's a different situation. But if there's any other option, I would take that. Or just attacking someone, like when they're doing something and just attack back. It's just, sometimes I have learned in life that just the strength is to hold them in it, think about what's going on, and why are you feeling what you're feeling, and in that, why are you feeling the need to attack someone back, right? And it's not about what the person is doing, like a lot of times. It's most likely about something that happened to you and your reaction. to it. Just kind of, there are moments that we can think about ourselves and see where our strengths and weaknesses are, really. My weakness, I just realized that my whole fragrance journey have been posting. I know, have been posting, I know what Angel EDP smells like. I was wrong. I have been wearing EDT this whole Yeah, I've had lots of moments like that. You know, I tell people, like, I'm just like, you know, I don't like, people are like, I often actually talk about that I'm dyslexic. I don't give a shit. This is my weak point. Like, it doesn't mean that I'm done. I have always been this way, and I will always be this way. I'll try to have coping mechanisms to not do that in professional settings, but then sometimes I do, and that's all right. I mean, it's not mean that I'm dumb at all. I really like that position of, yes, I know that this is my vulnerability in this, what? So what? Really, I like that. Yesterday, I tested Eau d'Ombre Leather Tom Ford. Creamiest vanilla, definitely a frag in my wish list now. Yes, yes, yes. I love, 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 love Ombre Leather, Eau d'Ombre Leather. It's very baby catty. I feel like it's in that genre. After YSL Baby Cat, it's beautiful. But anger is a secondary emotion. Yeah, it's never like the primary emotion, right? Even it's like, I hate it when people say, well, you made me feel sad, you made me feel this, you made me. No, nothing made you do anything. That's kind of a victim complex. In a position of power is that you feel like something that might happen and you react to it. And why are you reacting to it the way you do? Is that it's never about the context, really, most of the time. When it is like is more than a moment, right? Like, of course, like someone, says something mean, like for a moment you'd be upset, but if it's lasting and lingering and you're going home and thinking about it and bothering you, or you are feeling the urge to act in a certain way in response to it, which kind of like would be emotionally responding, then it would be time to think about, why is it happening that way? Like, why is it not transient, and why is it not rolling off your back? You know what I mean? Not what I mean. Trying to hide weakness will be obvious to anyone who knows what to look for. Exactly. It's overcompensating, right? Like this whole kind of overcompensating behavior. And anyone who has a little bit of experience in life, or like has looked at themselves this way, will smell the shit a mile away. Like, what are you overcompensating for by whatever you're doing? It's like extra and above. Violence instead of dialogue is too common these days. Exactly, both in politics and society. And it's funny because used to be in like old days, they were like really people killing each other, violence, and now people are keyboard warriors. They're hiding behind anonymity and rattling off stuff on to each other, and attack each other and hate each other for no good reasons, really. Like, I did yesterday. Yesterday, I was watching a stream and I got a little bit ticked off, and it was like this person was giving some health advice, or like, and they disclaimed that they're not. But after I asked, they were giving like how to be happy, like advices, and I'm like, man, that's such a like a narcissistic position to be to give happiness advice. If you're not a professional in the field. You know what I mean? Like, if you're a professional in the field, yes, and especially if you, then you have to say that you're doing it in a professional capacity and you have this knowledge. You may not be practicing what you're saying, but that what you're saying is based on knowledge and evidence and everything else. But to come up and say, these are the advice of me to be happy, and I'm like, I am done with this kind of bullshit opinions based on nothing. And I asked the person, are you a mental health professional? And they said no, and that's a disclaimer, these are my opinions, which is fine. But then I had to reflect on my own, that it was like, why is it that it was so triggering for me? It's just because in personal life, I am exposed to that kind of thing. I'm exposed to a lot of like a Google opinions and like TikTok opinions and all those things, and in my professional area. And then I'm like, I get annoyed after, like, this was this kind of one last thing in the bucket, right? So I was like, meh. And I should probably have like just let it go, but I did ask, and I didn't really perpetuate. I feel like sometimes when you, I feel like this is missing from online spaces when you go on and like give an advice, even, or like it's giving your opinion on things unsolicited. Not Nobody's asking you, like, you know, how can I be happy in life? Like nobody's asking you. And if people ask me, like in a you know, public space, I would be saying these are the things that I do to feel happy. Would never say you should be doing this thing, because, you know, I don't know you. I don't know who you are, what your life is, whatever. And the people say, "Oh, I'm free to have my opinion." Yeah, you're free to have your opinion, but it's also a social responsibility when you go on in these kind of things, like in a stream, like people are watching, it's out there in the public, and you don't know who's watching you. You don't know what vulnerabilities they have, where they are at. I think it's a social responsibility to not give advices or comments saying what people should or shouldn't do if you're not a professional in the field. Long tangent. Sorry. Um, all right. Once ago, you dirty, you dirty ape. Planet of Man. I don't know what's going on. Angeli DP is a whole different beast. Yes, it is. Karen, I got a bottle of EDP last night, and it was then I realized I was like, dyslexics are usually better at math. I am. I love math. And ask me to write an essay, I'd be like, what? Is that a cicada? That's really close. No, there's no cicada. No, not that I know of. What's the fragrance that took you down the fragrance rabbit hole? The fragrance that started it all? For me, was Versace, Eros, and Tom Ford. No, man, like I've been collecting fragrances. Like I always had a collection, like up to usually 30, 40 fragrances. And then it kind of blew up in 2021. My first ones were like body sprays, like a jupe body sprays. And I think that my first fragrance that I bought with my own money was the Frank Olivier, some sort of vanilla thing. The fragrance that took me through Slippery Slope. God, that's a hard question. What am I gonna say? Don't know if there was one. It was just like snowballed one after another. Um, sometimes people are assholes, though they mean to make you feel something, and they mean to make you feel something. Yeah, and they can mean to, like, you can, like, you know, my kid comes to me sometimes, and he's like, this is where you kind of teach them how to, that both emotions can exist, love and hate at the same time. So this is very like like a good opportunity. So like he has told me sometimes that, you know, he would, like, my little one is quite emotionally intense, and he come to me, he's like, I hate you. And I would look at him like right into his eyes and say, "But I love you." And then he's like, he's like kind of puzzled in that, and he's like, "I love you too." And I was like, "Yeah, you're angry with me. You don't hate me." And then kind of have a talk over that. It's very interesting. Anyways, but he means to, like, not that he means. Some people are mean and they mean to hurt you, but if you weren't in a vulnerable position, and if you weren't in a, that wasn't a triggering moment for you based on your experiences, unlikely that the that whatever effect that person had would last long. That's what I mean. Like, you can have a, you know, temporary, like a transient reaction to something. Obviously, you're a person, you have feelings. But if it's lingering and you're taking your sleep away and you're thinking about it the next day, then that's something that you need to think about. Uh, Tough love. Yes, yes, yes. If you're depressed, that blue choose, huh? Take blue chews? No. How to be happy? Buy more fragrances. Yeah, find a sugar daddy to buy you fragrances. No, I believe Moose 31 is a mathlete. Oh, interesting. Damn, I can't even shake that one. I'm back. Who's back? Winnie Mac. Best thing in the world to be great at math. Gift. Yes, yes, yes. Like, see, it's just, and I'm saying certain kind of math. I'm not really good in, I think topography or whatever that is. Ugh, I hate that thing, but I love algebra. Hi, Juan. Views expert and verified on social media. It's sad, you know, honestly. Yeah, and you know what is this thing? And I was talking to someone else about it. Is like, people are watching what this parroting, what they already believe in. It's just like, you kind of, this is how algorithm plays you, right? Like, you're just watching all the things that you already kind of are in that line with, and then the more you watch them, the more you're convinced that everybody else thinks that way. It's just like ridiculous in that. Don't forget to become a member and super chat for uncertified therapy. Exactly. Y'all, please like the stream, subscribe if you haven't, all those things, if you enjoy my yappiness. Eros Parfum. I haven't tried Eros Parfum. I think MT's right. They may not even consider thinking that they're giving out advice in that manner. No, it was planned out. It was planned out, that one. Hi, Mitra, hi, everyone. It was actually come on itemized, like 10 advice for people be happy at whatever. I don't want to give you specifics. Hi, Janet. How are you? Eros could be the wrong name for a woman's fragrance. Aphrodite, rather, whatever. I'm never right. Well, never say never. Grand Rising, everyone. Mrs. Mitra K. Hi, Sir Antonia Hobson. Oh God, I'm so behind. Gotta do some stuff. Yeah, I need to do some stuff soon too. The one that got me looking up fragrances online was Lipstick On from Maison Martin Margiela. That's beautiful. That's another lipsticky rose. That's gorgeous. I'm too old to be a sugar baby. Never say never. Just having fun with you. I hit guitarist. No. Background is beautiful. Thank you, thank you. You're gonna leave. You're gonna leave when you catch up. This is my prediction. What? I'm gonna leave when I catch up? With what? This is my prediction. What are we predicting? What's my palm telling me? It's funny enough because years ago I went to this fortune teller. It wasn't a fortune teller, but like they would read your coffee, and I was told I'm gonna have 2 boys. We shall see. Hold it up and let me see. Which one, right one or left one? Don't be pessimistic, Karen. Which one do you prefer, Tom Ford, Oud Wood, or Tobacco Any? Oud Wood, any day, anytime. I can't handle Tobacco Any. It smells to me in a wet ashtray, and I don't like it. Dominant hand. Here, dominant hand. What did it say? That's my dominant hand. Look at my fingers. If y'all ever watch Salad Fingers on YouTube, that's based on my fingers. Anyways, what does it say, Karen? What's in there for me? For the rest of my life. All right, y'all. I gotta get going. I gotta do something. Be productive. I haven't been. I mean, I did work out this morning, which felt great. You know, also it's kind of an emotional outlet. Like I was kind of like, the kids were like, ugh, so naggy this morning. And there was this exercise that it's like a ball, that's weighted ball, and you just like slam it on the ground and then pick up and then slam it on the ground, pick up, slam it on the ground on the side. And I love that. And I felt like that was such an emotional release for me. Read my poem. She got up and then is leaving. Yes. It became a self-fulfilling prophecy. Anyways, y'all, I gotta go. Love you all, and stay tuned for the video with Ben, hopefully soon, and I shall see you later.